guys, good afternoon. So in the last session, we were going with the Clientless, which is also known as the VPN. Okay. Now let's access the lab. So today we'll complete both the things. We will complete Clientless also, and SSL, okay, or stick client, or you can say any connectivity client. All these things we will cover. And tomorrow we will go with iOS. This thing, two things you will have to research. One is about NTP. Okay. So in NTP, you have to discuss about what is NTP, then stratum levels. Okay. And then also you have to talk about okay. These are things you have to know for tomorrow. Okay, these things we will require in the CA based VPN. Now let's go to the lab. Now, verify accepted it. Okay, so it's on this done. Password we have already saved. Okay, now I can power. No. VPN, SSL, clientless remote access VPN. That's power on all the devices. That we'll discuss after this. All right, so let's take access to web server. All the configuration from scratch, we have to do it again. Because yesterday we didn't save the configuration. ISP. Yes. Now we have that notepad file that we created yesterday. Web server is coming up. ISP is also coming up. Yes, yes, yes. See, one thing you have to take care that whatever the users you want to create, so create the users here itself in the CLI. Because by default, when you create the users, they will take a privilege level 0. Okay, and those users will not be able to log in. So let's say password. These two users I'm creating right now. Okay. If I want to create sales user also, so I'll say sales user also, sales itself, and let's give them privilege. Copy, paste, done. Then after ISP configuration, copy ISP. And this is done. And then we have web server, copy. Okay. Now let's go to the client PC. And in client PC, we have already we have configured IP. Config. So we have 12.112 IP here and gateway is 12.1.1. And I believe route also we have configured in the ASA. Yeah, route is also configured. So only an issue. Let's test the connectivity from public to public, from web server to ASA. Okay. So say 11.1.1. One, I believe, the IP on the ASA is 10. We have the communication. And let's go on the web server and check the communication for ASA. 10, 10. So we have the connectivity. Now, right now, if I try to access this 11.1.1.10, so I'll not be able to access. Why? Because VPN is not configured right now. is :/IP is 11.1.1.10. So right now I'll not get the access because the VPN is not configured. Okay, and let me test connectivity from my base PC to the ASA. So let's say pin 10.3.3.10. I have the connectivity. So this access I'm taking from the management side. Now what? ASDM will start. So this is the ASDM. ASA IP is 10.3.3.10. Username Cisco. Password Cisco. Login. Click on continue. Okay. Now here, what do we have to do? We have to go to the wizard. We can visit, then Clientless SSL VPN wizard. Here we have to say next. This is the first step. Just say next here. Here we can give the name. Let's say I'll give the name sales. Okay, certificate we don't require. Group alias, I'm creating sales. Display the group alias at the login page. Then click on next. Authenticate using local user database. So whatever the user you will create here, those users will by default take privilege level 0, and due to privilege level 0, they will not be able to log in. So whatever the users we have created already, these users we are going to use. Okay. Then say next. New policy. So let's say this is the sales group policy. Say next. Here we have to add the bookmarks. So click on manage. And you see we already have here one. So let me delete and add a new one. So name here I'll say sales. This is the name list. I'll click on add. URL get and post method. Same thing we were using yesterday. Click on OK. Now here this is for what? This is for my sales. So this is the thing that will be displayed on the URL. That is the bookmark title that will be displayed. And who do you want to access right now? We want to access this internal server. We want to access this internal server, which is 10.1.1.10. 10.1.1.100. So I will say 10.1.1.100. Okay. Just click on OK. Okay. Sales already exist. Let me call it sales list. Okay. Okay. Then after click on OK. Next, these are the things. Just click on finish, and this configuration has been pushed. Right. Now all we need to do, just go to the client and refresh this page. Clear the cache. No need to configure because the HTTP protocol was there. HTTP means automatically TCP port number 80. Okay, so I'll clear out everything here. Now let's open a new one. HTTP // Java. Here we can enable login to check the logs. This is fine. One more time refresh. TCP access denied by ACL. Configuration. Remote access VPN connection profile on the outside interface. Oh, this is okay. Let me try the URL then. is slash click on advanced, add exception, confirm security exception. So we have the access to sales VPN page. Now here username is sales and password was also sales. Login here. Don't update. You see this kind of URL we are going to get. Okay. Once we get this URL, click on this URL and you will have access to the server. Now this authentication here, this authentication is for whom? Web server authentication. This is not the VPN authentication. This is the authentication for web server. Now on the web server, what is the username you have created? So web server username is what? Cisco. So it is also Cisco. Continue. And do you see? We have access to the web server. Now if you check my client IP address is what? IP config. My client IP address is 12.1.1.2, right? But when I check on the web server that who is sending this request, so I go to privilege level 15 and I give a comment here, show HTTP server history. Okay, I say show IP HTTP server history and I will hit enter. And you will see that who is sending traffic to the web server 10.1.1.10 and who is 10.1.1.10 here? Yes. So that means how my traffic is traveling. Yes. Okay. So here what's going on is, first of all, traffic is coming from client PC to the ASA. So that time if we check, so if we talk about source IP, then we talk about destination IP, source port and destination port. So that time source IP is what? 12.2 and destination IP is 11.10. Then source port will be random and destination port will be, when you are accessing VPN service, it is 443 HTTPS. Okay, because if you see here in the client right now, now what is, see here how I'm accessing and what is the web page I'm accessing. My traffic here right now it's going like this one. Okay, but now what ASA will do, once we click on the URL, after that ASA will send the traffic here. That is proxy request. And when the web server will send response to the ASA, ASA will send that response back to us. Is that clear? So this is how the communication proxy request and proxy response will be there.
Like we are generating request for ASA, then ASA will provide that request to ASA.
Once I connected here to my VPN service, now I have a tunnel established between ASA and my client PC. Okay, so tunnel is established between my ASA and client PC. Now inside the ASA, once I access it, I get that URL HTTP, right? 10.1.1.100. So I click on that URL. That means now my traffic is getting generated for the web server only. But eventually, from where it is getting generated? ASA. It is getting generated from the ASA, not from my client PC. Yeah. Because if you see, still if I check the website, okay, my website URL is what? 11.1.1.100. And if you want to capture the packets, let's capture the packets also here. So in this Windows PC, if I have Wireshark, let me check. Management PC. ASDM will be in management PC. This management PC is my base PC. So here I'm having ASDM. Here, ASDM will not be there in the client. Client will not have any configuration. This is why it is known as clientless. You don't require any extra software to be installed on the client. That's why it's known as clientless. Is that clear? We just need to visit the VPN service. There we'll get the bookmarks. Once we log in, we click on the bookmark and we have the access. That's why we say that this is what web-based access. Okay, and if
Right now we get that URL on this plan. Company provider, company sector.
That is a client-based VPN.
And we have to log in with our laptop. Then it's and you have to log in. I am not visiting from the light laptop to this company. And you have to go to my laptop and go to that URL. And I will go over one application.
This is clear. And this URL is also encrypted, otherwise I would show you. Okay, we don't really have much information in the URL also. Otherwise, you would see. This is clear. Configuration also clear. Simple 6-step configuration is there. Online people.
But now we'll take. Do we want to take client PC from web server access from client PC?
Yeah, so from client PC only I'm accessing, right?
Right. So the URL you
see here, I'm still going through the UI of my SSL VPN. Let's say if I go to home, back to where? My VPN service. So this VPN service is allowing me to connect to the server. Okay, I'm not directly connecting to the server. Is that clear? Now, if you have any networks, then those networks will be available here, like if you want to browse the entire network. But right now, we don't have anything here added here. Web applications, if anything is there, or if any sort of these protocols are there, those things you can type here and you can access. Okay. In most cases, what will happen? These bookmarks will be provided to you. You just click on the bookmark, you'll get access. And when you want to log out, see here, this is if you want to move it to this side. Then second one is if you want to go to a specific address, then go to home. And if you want to log out the VPN session. So if I click here, see, do you want to close the existing session? Yes. And see, I have logged out from my VPN service. Okay, this is clear. And once I log in again, I'll go back to the VPN service. And once I'm accessing it, just go. Okay, so now I have an active VPN connection. Now I can go to the ASA CLI and I can say show station DB summary, and you can see clientless VPN active is 1. So as many connections will be there, that many you will see here. Okay, and if you want more information, you can click on detail. That will give you some extra information. Okay, this is clear. Now next thing is what we'll go with the next part, which is client-based VPN. That means this time you don't really want web-based access. This time what you want is entire network access. You want basically you want entire network access. So for getting entire network access on the client, what we are going to do, we are going to use an application. Okay. So again, the first request that will be made. Okay. So first request will be made for your ASA. Okay. And on ASA, see, few steps will be there. What will be the steps? The first thing we will do when we will configure client-based VPN or full client VPN, in that case, install, or you can say upload PQG files. Why? Because you will require a client software. You will require a client software that your clients will download from ASA. That means basically we are talking about the AnyConnect software. Now your clients can be Windows-based clients. Okay, so for Windows-based client, the software package will be kind of winclient.pkg. This kind of file will be there. For macOS client or Linux client, it will be something like Linux client.pkg, and another one will be macOS client.pkg. This kind of files will be there. Okay, and these files either they are available in the flash memory of your ASA. Okay, so like we can check right now. If I go here and if I say show flash, so do you see AnyConnect Windows, AnyConnect macOS, AnyConnect Linux, right? See here again, flash. See here, AnyConnect Windows, AnyConnect macOS, and AnyConnect Linux. These three files are there that are required to attach with the VPN. Okay, so either they are available in the flash by default, or else you have to download it from Cisco website. Okay, but for that you must have a proper, you can say like your account should have proper privilege. Okay, now right now they are available, so we don't have to worry about anything. So once we upload these packages on the ASA and we will attach with the VPN servers, then we will configure the first thing, that is your full client VPN. Okay, we will configure what? Full client VPN. Now, once you configure the full client VPN, what is going to happen? That again, the client will access what? The client will access ASA for the first time. Why? To download the AnyConnect software. Okay. So, client will visit, and why client will visit? Download AnyConnect. Okay. And here two things will happen. There are two things going to be there. One is posture, and second is provisioning. Provisioning and posture. What is provisioning and posturing basically? That means, let's say, for example, have you noticed the thing that when you visit a website to download, like AnyDesk example I have showed you, right? That it will automatically detect your operating system. It will automatically detect your operating system, and for your relevant operating system, it will tell you that, okay, this is the client you need. Okay, so that is about posturing. Provisioning means that automatically installing the client. Automatically installing. Once the client will visit here, okay, once the client will visit here, automatically the software will be downloaded and installed. Automatically the software will be downloaded and installed. Okay, so here few things you will require, like, one you will require, I have talked about ActiveX. Java you will require, because Java based application it will be, right? So these are certain prerequisites that should be matched. This is clear. Now, once we configure and the client will connect here, the client will see a page. The client will see what? Page, from where the client will download what? Once the client has downloaded the AnyConnect, now client does not need to visit the web page again. Okay? Because the first web page the client will visit, there the client has to do what? Authenticate. The client will authenticate here. Once the client has authenticated, again, like right now what we saw in the clientless, right? So once the authentication has been done, from here the client will download. The client will download and install and connect. Then no need to go there. If AnyConnect is installed already, then no need to go there. Directly we can open AnyConnect and we can connect to the VPN IP address. Is that clear? Okay. So once the user has downloaded and installed AnyConnect, now the user will do what? The user will open the AnyConnect software. Okay, in the AnyConnect software, it will ask you about host name or IP address here, and here there will be a button to connect. Okay. So here the button will be there for connect. So here either IP or URL. These things you have to do. Okay, so this is what your Cisco and connect. Once the user will do this, the traffic will go for what? Will go for the VPN, for the ASA or your VPN gateway. Once the traffic comes here, then what will happen? This ASA will assign one IP. This ASA will assign one IP to this client. Okay. So whatever the IP, that range we have to configure here. Okay, so let's say you will configure one range 172.16.1.1 till 216.1.254. Or let's say 50 clients only you want, so 50, whatever it is. That pool we will configure here. Okay. Now what? Your ASA will assign one IP from where? From this pool to the client. So let's consider the client has been assigned with IP 1.1. Okay. Now what will happen? That whenever this client wants, this client can directly go and ping this server. The client can go and take telnet access, SSH access, whatever the access he wants. Because right now the client is already there in a private network with the ASA. Is that clear? So in this case, two scenarios will be there. When we talk about public source, when client will generate the traffic, so there will be one public source, then there will be one destination. Because eventually your communication will happen over public IP only, right? And then we are going to have a private source and private IP. Sorry, private destination. Why? Because eventually once the client has received the IP, so the traffic will be generated from 172.16.1.1 and destination will be what? 10.1.1.100. So that means according to ISP, what will be the communication? That communication is going on from 12.1.1 to 11.1.1.10. But according to PC, the communication will be going from where? 1.1 to 10.1.1. Because in the client, that means in the client PC, if I have connected with the AnyConnect, now I can open the command prompt and directly go and ping this IP. I can take SSH, I can take telnet, and I can take web access also. Is that clear? So according to ISP, these are the source and destination, but according to my PC, these are the source and destination. Now you will say these are two different networks, so ASA works as a router also. ASA can act as a gateway also. So ASA will route the traffic. Is that clear? Any doubt? Okay. Now here, once we connect with the AnyConnect, once we have connected, what will happen? Entire traffic, full traffic from my client PC will start passing through the tunnel, right? But there can be certain scenarios where you don't want your whole traffic. Because let's say, for example, you are a remote working employee. So whenever you want to access the company's network, then only you want the traffic to go through the tunnel. But when you are accessing internet, do you want that, okay, your traffic should first go to the company and then it should go? Not really required. Not really required. So in those kind of scenarios, we have a concept as split tunneling. Concept of split tunneling. So what is split tunneling concept? That your interesting traffic only should go through the tunnel and remaining traffic should directly go to the ISP, directly go to the internet. Rather than entire traffic going through the tunnel, we just want some traffic in the tunnel and rest of the traffic in the internet. So that means now tunnel is not carrying my entire traffic. There is a specific traffic that my tunnel will carry. And this concept will be what? Split tunneling. So we will define, right, that if I'm going to this destination, then only it should go by the tunnel. ACL split will be used, right? So we'll create a kind of ACL in the VPN itself. That okay, if the destination is this, then my traffic should pass through the tunnel, Otherwise, my traffic should not pass through the tunnel. Is that clear? Understood? Okay. So these are the things that right now we are going to see. Now, first of all, I need to stop this lab. This is for Clientless. Stop all the nodes. But lab will remain same. Okay. Close this lab. Let's clone this. And this time instead of this, we will call it full client. SSL full client remote access VPN. Start all the nodes. Now again, basic configuration will remain same only. There will be no change in the basic configuration right now. This configuration will remain as it is. Just let's make some changes here. That this time, here right now, see, telnet SSH is not configured, right? So we will configure telnet SSH also. So what I'll do in the web server itself, I will configure telnet SSH also. Okay. So I'll say domain and I'll say generate SSH plus 10. And we'll say run VTY 024 local transport input or this configuration I'll save as SSL full client remote VPN. Let's bring up the devices. Web server, ISP, and ASA. Okay. Now, ISP, ASA should be already up. So again, same basic configuration I'm using in the ASA. Okay. There is nothing special. Interfaces are configured, route is configured, users are configured, and on the management interface, HTTP is configured. Right. This is done. Then ISP, copy. Then after we have web server, copy. Okay, this is done. Now, if I check my client, Windows client, In the Windows client, we will set the IP address 12.1.1.2. One, two, three. We'll start later. CPA.cpf. And see, whenever you will use Cisco AnyConnect, so you will get this Cisco AnyConnect secure mobility client, this kind of extra adapter will be there. Okay. So right now, let me attach it. So first of all, see, this Windows PC is already having a VPN client. I'll remove it. IP address is 12.1.1.2. Gateway will be 12.1.1.1. And once you have gateway connectivity, we should get a network. So we got the network. Now, first of all, let's go and test public to public connectivity. Okay. Let's say ping 1110. I have the connectivity. And from web server to ASA connectivity, we will check. Okay. Then 1110, I have this connectivity. And then base PC to ASA connectivity. I have the connectivity from base PC to ASA also. Okay. Now, see, first thing we will do is we will remove the client from that. That means AnyConnect from the Windows PC. Okay. So right now you can see AnyConnect is already there. Okay. Now working a bit slow. Internet connection unstable. Okay. So here if I check AnyConnect, so do you see Cisco AnyConnect secure mobility client? It's already there. Correct. Now let me go and remove it. Cisco AnyConnect. Here it is. I'll uninstall it. And this is Windows 7. So it's getting removed. So I don't have now. Now next thing I'll do is we'll go and configure what? We'll configure the full client VPN. Okay. Let me change the name here. This is not clientless. SSL full client remote access VPN. Or you can call it AnyConnect VPN. Now let's go to the ASDM. Yeah, on the management PC only, ASDM. This is a different topology itself, right? So fresh new AC. I'll access the ASA again. Okay. So let's go to the ASDM. Here, username is Cisco, password is Cisco. Click on continue. Okay, once we are done with this, again we will go to wizard, VPN wizard, and this time we will go for AnyConnect VPN wizard. Okay, click on next. So if you read here, use this wizard to configure the ESA to accept VPN connection from AnyConnect VPN client. The connection will be protected. Okay, this is what you do. This internet is not really working. Okay. So you can see the connection will be protected either using IPsec or SSL protocol, and the ASA will automatically upload the AnyConnect VPN client to the end user's device when a VPN connection is established. Okay, so ASA will automatically install that part, the VPN client. Say next. Now give a connection profile name. So let's name it my VPN or anything you can name it. What is the interface that is going to accept the incoming request? Outside interface. And we'll say next. Now, what is the security protocol? SSL or IPsec? So we will use SSL. Certificate. Again, we don't require any certificate. Click on next. Now, client images. These are the VPN client images. Okay. So right now there is no image. We'll click on add. Responding slowly. Okay, so here it is asking for AnyConnect image. So there are two ways. One is you can browse the flash, or else you can upload. So if you click on upload, so it will give you access to your system, and you have to attach the images wherever you have downloaded. Okay. So you can see browse local files. Okay. So you can say browse the local files, and this will give you access to your system. So wherever you have uh, downloaded those AnyConnect client softwares or the packages, those you have to select. Right now we already have it in the flash, so we'll just close it. Cancel it. Click on add. Here I'll directly say what? Browse flash. Okay, in the flash, now you can see here. These are the package softwares. AnyConnect Linux, macOS, and Windows. Select the Linux. Click on OK. Click on OK. Add it. Same way. Click on add. Click on browse flash. check if the trainer backup is working. Should be working. Still internets. How many people am I audible? My mic is on. How many people am I audible? Okay. See, same way what we are going to do is we are going to add the other packages like macros, select it, okay, then click on add, browse the flash, Windows, okay, click on OK. Once this is done, you have to click on next. Authentication method, okay, so right now it's local, that means local users, and if I want to use ICE or AAA, then we have the options for radius, TACAX, and other types of authentications. Okay, so cancel it. Cancel it. Right now we will go with the local only. Usernames, password. So these things already we have created, because again, if you create here, it will take user privilege as 0. Okay. Then click on next. Now see here. Method is AAA, and AAA server group we have already selected is what? Local. Okay. Then identity provider. Right now, no need to use anything here. Then after, click on next. Do you see IPv4 address pool? So right now, is there any address pool available? No. So let's go and configure one. Click on new, name it. Let's say this is VPN pool. Starting IP address, let's say 172.16.1.1. Ending IP address 172.16.1.50. And the subnet mask that should be here is /24. And click on OK. So this is the pool we have configured. Then after, click on next. DNS server. So right now we are not accessing using domain names or anything. We don't really require one. Then click on next. So DNS server is required for the remote user to navigate using the fully qualified domain name. So we'll come across IP address not using the domain name. So we don't want to set it up. I'll say no. Then we have exempt VPN traffic from NAT. This is NAT exemption was given as a task. What is NAT exemption? See, whenever you configure NAT, let's say you have configured NAT on ESA. Okay. So what will happen? Your internal IP addresses will get translated. If they will get translated, how the user will access it? Translated IP, but we don't want that, right? We don't want our VPN traffic to be translated. Okay. And this is where your NAT exemption come in picture. So right now we are not really using NAT, so we don't need to do this. But if you are using translation, in that case, you have to check this box. And then from which interface, what is the local address, those things you have to define. That which network you want to exempt from the translation. Is that clear? Okay, so right now we are not using NAT, so just leave it as it is. Then click on next. Then see here, any Connect client program can be installed on a device by one of the following two methods. One is web launch. On accessing the ASA using a web browser, the AnyConnect client package will be automatically installed. This is one way. Another way is pre-deployed. That means you can manually install the AnyConnect client package. So either the ASA will automatically install. If ASA is not able to install, then we can manually install it. Then click on next. This is the configuration we have done. Okay. And then click on finish. And our configuration is done. Okay. So once our configuration is done, now see here, I'll go to the client. Right now, if I try to ping my internal web server, I'm trying to ping, okay? What I'm trying to do is ping. So I'll say ping 10.1.1.100. Am I able to ping? No, right? Now, first thing I need to do is I need to connect from client PC to the ASA and I need to download the AnyConnect software, right? So let's go to the web browser. And say yes, https /111110. Connection is not secure.
So this time, this client PC will take
Yeah, ASA, correct. But not the ASDM, okay? It will take any connect. Yeah. So group is what? My VPN. Username is, let's say, Cisco. Password is Cisco. Login. Do not save it. Do you see AnyConnect installation? AnyConnect secure mobility client. Okay. The installer is detecting your operating system and CPI. Please wait. So we just have to wait for it. Okay. And you can see here automatic provisioning. So click launch to begin Cisco AnyConnect secure mobility client software provisioning. So this will install it automatically. Let's try this one. Okay, now what it says, automatic provisioning was unsuccessful. So maybe ASA was not able to install automatically. So what we can do? We can download for Windows. See 5.4 MB, save the file. And this is being saved. Then open the folder where you have downloaded and double click and install it. Click on run. Click on next. I accept. Next. Install. So right now, if you see my network adapters, how many network adapters I have? Only two, right? The Cisco AnyConnect adapter is gone. Why? Because I uninstalled it, right? Now AnyConnect is getting installed again. You see? Came again. Okay. Right now, what is the status of this interface? Disabled. And also you can see this one, right? This is also disabled. Now I don't need the browser again. I don't need a browser access again. All I need to do, see what is the IP address on my system right now. So I have only one IP address right now, 12.112. This is what we have configured, right? Now we have another tunnel adapter, right? And another tunnel adapter. That means two tunnel adapters we are having right now. Okay. Now focus. I'll say open the Cisco AnyConnect. This is how my AnyConnect will look like. All I need to do here, give the IP of the ASA, click on connect. Now let's see what happens. Now what did it say? Untrusted server blocked. Any connect cannot verify the server. Okay. Connecting to the server may result. So I'll say change the settings and I'll uncheck these two things. One is minimize any connect on the VPN connect and block connection from untrusted server. Okay. Then close it. And these two things initially also you can do when you open any connect, just come here in the settings and same thing you can do from here. Okay. And click on connect. Now let's see what happens. So security warning, untrusted server certificate. Okay, so definitely we don't have a proper certificate, but I'll say connect anyway right now. Now what it is asking, username and password. My username is Cisco, password is Cisco. I'll say connect. Do you see any connect download or updates have been completed? So that means if your any connect is outdated and the ASA has a newer version, that will also be done. Right now establishing VPN, initiating the connection. And these adapters right now focus here also. These are disabled right now. Okay. Do you see? Attempting to authenticate. And here what do we get? Connected to the 11.11.10. That means VPN has been connected. Okay. VPN connection has been established. And now we can see Cisco AnyConnect Secure Mobility Client Connection, Network 4. Okay. If I double click and open it and if I go to details, what is the IP address assigned here? 1.1 IP address has been assigned, and who is the gateway? ASA is considering itself as the gateway. Okay, that is itself taken as an IP doctrine. This is clear. Okay. Now, earlier when I tried to ping with the 10.1.100, was I able to ping? No. Let me try again now. I have the communication. I'm able to ping. Okay. And if I check the AnyConnect, if I go to settings, so one is these things I have statistics. If I check, so what is the state right now? Connected. What is the tunnel mode? Tunnel all traffic. That means right now split tunneling is not happening. Right now my entire traffic is passing through the tunnel itself. Okay. Then this is my client IP address. So 172.16.11. And what is my VPN server? 11.11.10. These are the bytes sent and received. Okay. What is the protocol for security I'm using? DTLS. Okay. So it will use SSL, TLS, or DTLS. Then DTLS, you can say DTLS will be datagram TLS, UDP based. Okay. So then if you see the cipher shoot, so it is using RSA with AES 126 and SHA-1. Okay. Is there any proxy right now? No proxy. Okay. If I go to the route details, do you see secured routes? Secured route means what is the traffic that is going to pass through the tunnel. So right now what is happening? Everything. What about firewall? So right now no firewall. Message history. So this is how the connection was established. That means these are the log messages. Okay. Now since my entire traffic is passing through the tunnel only, what if I try to ping, let's say for example 12.1.1. If I will try, let's say I try to ping, I'll say ping 12.1.1. What is happening? No, gateway is not changed. The thing is, my entire traffic is passing through the tunnel. So when I'm trying to ping this, it is sending the traffic to the tunnel, and ASA is not able to ping this interface. And this is where your split tunneling is required. That you want some of your traffic should pass through the tunnel, but rest of your traffic should go directly to the ISP. That means you want to use the internet only when you're communicating with the company network. That traffic you want to go to the company side. Is that clear? So what we will do now, we will perform split tunneling here. Okay. So how you will perform it? Just go to the ASTM. Okay. And before going with the split tunneling concept, let me show you the some VPN session DB summary. Okay. So see here, any connect client, one, and using SSL, TLS or DTLS, one client is there. Okay, then earlier we were having one clientless also. Okay, browser based. So these are the active connections it is telling you. Okay. Now if you want to look only specific to any connect only, so you can say show VPN session DB detail any connect, specific to any connect only. Now see here, any connect detailed. So username is what? Cisco. What is the IP address assigned? What is the public IP of the client? Right. Then this is any connect parent SSL tunnel or DTLS tunnel. Encryption that is being used AES 256. Okay. And hashing algorithm SSL tunnel is SHA-384. That is SHA-1 is being used. Then these are the bytes sent and received, packets sent and received. Okay. That packets dropped. Okay. The group policy is myVPN. Tunnel group is myVPN. Okay. These all informations you can check here. Same thing. This is the public IP. Authentication mode was username and password. What is the idle timeout? That means if the tunnel is idle, if there is no communication going on for this much amount of time, the tunnel will be dropped. Okay. So what is the idle timeout? 30 minutes by default. Okay. We can change. Okay. And what is the TCP source port? TCP destination port. Right. Then after client type is any connect. This is the Windows version. Okay. Service pack 1. Client OS is what? Windows. Then this is SSL tunnel details, that this is the IP address assigned. This is the public IP, again hashing algorithms. See what is the encapsulation being used here? TLS 1.2, right? And the DTLS version being used is 1.0. Okay, and the client version is Cisco AnyConnect VPN agent for Windows 4.6.0.0.362. Okay. So these are few things that we can check, that what was the authentication mode and everything. So what is the idle time left? 29 minutes. Now first thing we will configure split tunneling. Second thing I'll show you how you change this idle time mode. Okay. So see, go to the configuration. Like initially you will have ASDM like this, and here also you can see like any connect client is connected is 1. So go to the configuration. In the configuration, go to remote access VPN. In the remote access VPN, come to the group policies. Okay. In this group policy, right now you see here group policy myVPN. Just added this policy. Okay. When you added this policy, first of all, from here you can see you can change the idle timeout. You can change the idle timeout. So right now it is inherent. That means the default one. If I uncheck this box, do you see what is the default? 30 minutes. If you want, let's say you want it for 1 day, that if tunnel is idle for 1 day, then it should disconnect. Now how many minutes in 1 day? That is seconds. 86,400. 720 minutes in 1 day. 6 hours only. 12 hours. So double that, it will become 1 day. 1440. 720 double is 1440. So if you want 1 day, you will say 1440. If you want 2 days, you will say 2880. That is up to you. Okay. This is one thing you can do. Let's say you want split tunneling, so add it here. Go to the advanced. Okay. Do you see here we have an option split tunneling? So in the split tunneling, if I check right now the policy, it is saying inherit, right? So I'll uncheck this and I'll say that tunnel network list below, that what is the network you want to tunnel. That network information is available list, the list is available below. So the network list right now, it says what? Inherit. Instead of inherit, if I see no tunnel list is there, no network list is there. So we will click on manage. Okay, just click here on manage and we will click on add. Add a ACL. And here give the IP address. Okay, so let's say the IP address of the web server. No, this is the traffic flow from YouTube. Hmm? No, this one. Okay. So we will say that the traffic, if it is going to 10.11.100, that should be tunneled. So just add it. Click on OK. Must contain at least one EC. Oh, sorry. Here we have to give the name only. So first of all, we will create an ACL. ACL we will create, let's say I'll create with the name tunnel. Click on OK. Click. Now this time in an ACL we can add ACE, access control entry. I want to permit if the traffic is coming for 100. Click on OK. Done. Then click on OK. Now it is added. Click on OK and click on apply. Okay. Now go here and close it, disconnect it. Okay. Then let's try to ping 10.11.100 right now. Am I able to ping? No. Why not? Because my AnyConnect is disconnected right now. My AnyConnect software is disconnected. So what I'll do, this time again I'll say connect. Yeah, unreachable. I'll say connect anyway. Username, password, Cisco. Click on OK. Establishing VPN. Configuring the system. Our network adapter is up and we are connected to the 11.1.10, right? So now I should be able to ping. I'm able to ping 10.11.100. Wait for it. See, able to ping. Let's try whether I'm able to ping my ISP or not. See, I'm able to ping my ISP also. That means now my split tunnel is also working very fine. Because from here, from my client, I'm able to go to the ISP. And also from my client, I'm able to access web server. I have created an ACL here basically that my ASA, sorry, not my ASA, the AnyConnect will send the traffic if it is going for 10.11.100 through the tunnel. And now you see, right now my client is connected, right? Earlier when I was checking the secured routes, okay, earlier when I was checking the secured route, it was everything. But this time secured route is what? Only 10.11.100/32. This is only the secured route. remaining everything is insecure. That means this has to go directly to the ISP. So only this traffic will go through the tunnel and remaining all the traffic will go to ISP. This is how our ACL is working. Okay, this is clear. And this time if you see, my tunnel status is what? Connected, and tunnel mode is what? Split include. So this time my tunnel has split tunneling concept. Okay, so this is how it works. Is it clear? So this is Cisco SSL full client or tech client, any connect, whatever we can call it. So this is the concept. Now tomorrow we will go with your iOS CA based VPN. For this you require these three things. And also one more thing. Yeah. Although all these things I have already discussed, still you must know. Okay. This PK I have discussed on day 2 cryptography, and NTP today itself in the CH itself discussed. Okay, but more about it you can know because it will be required. Guys, online people, any doubt? No? All right.